Tonight I'll be cooking sausage stew. Probably should have picked a healthier recipe, especially considering some of these meats recently are studies that are suggesting that these meats cause cancer. Awkward. Anyway, let me go ahead and get to it. I'm not sure what to say in advance for this recipe. Not a whole lot in it. Mostly, it's mostly broth and seasoning and stuff. But a couple interesting additions that I don't usually cook with. But let me go ahead and show you what's in it. Alright, here's all that's in it. Pretty simple recipe. Mostly broth and seasonings and stuff. But let me go ahead and go over what's all in it. 1/2 pound of kielbasa, and I'm like 90% sure I mispronounced that. The kielbasa, it was $1.99 for an 18-ounce thing. I just cut off a little chunk of it. 1/2 pound of Italian sausage. The Italian sausage, surprisingly, only 2 links is 1/2 pound. I didn't realize that, but it's $3.49 for the whole thing. But I had to buy it for this recipe, so I went ahead and added in the price. A bell pepper is 60 cents. White onion, I had that on hand. Don't worry, it's one of the last ones I have. But a can, like 1.5 cups of beef broth. That was 50 cents a can for the beef broth. Apple juice. Diced tomatoes, that was 60 cents. The apple juice, 1 cup of apple, it's a 14.5 ounce can of tomatoes. 1 cup of apple juice is $1.79. Spiral, 1/4 teaspoon of basil, 1 garlic clove, 1 tablespoon of well, it calls for dry parsley. It calls for fresh minced parsley, but I won't tell if you won't tell. Let's see. Basil, 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, and 4 ounces of uncooked pasta. So altogether, it's about $10.40, and for 7 servings, it's a little over $1.50. I think. I did hand running on that one. So anyway, yeah, that's what's all in it. We'll go ahead and get We'll go ahead and get started in cooking. A little bit interesting how the recipe calls for me to cook the sausage, then cut it. So we'll go ahead and see how that works out. Okay, the sausage and the kielbasa has been cooking for a while now, and it should have done. It looked done anyway. The strange is it said drain, and all but 2 tablespoons of teaspoons of the drippings. But there doesn't look like there's that many drippings, that much in drippings. I think there will be enough to cook the onions and bell pepper, but oops, doesn't look like there's enough to drain. Maybe I do it wrong. Maybe I got the wrong kind of sausage. It's quite a possibility. But it also says next step would be to saute the onion and the bell pepper. It says add the garlic later, but when I was chopping up the onion and bell pepper, I actually put them in the same bowl. So I'm pretty sure it'll be okay if I saute the onion, garlic, and bell pepper all together. Okay, while the onions and bell pepper cook, I'm going to go ahead and bring this over here and cut up the various sausages into 1/2 inch pieces. So I'll go ahead and do that off camera, since it's probably best to cut with both hands. So magic of editing. Alright, and there's all the sausage all cut up. probably should have cut the kielbasa into smaller pieces. And I noticed that some of the Italian sausage didn't get cooked all the way through. I'm sure it'll be okay because after I put all the rest of that stuff in, boil it for a bit. So I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. But we'll go ahead and check on the bell peppers and onions and stuff. You seem to be doing okay. I must have had enough droppings in there. Kind of nervous. But let's see. Yeah, they're been going okay. We'll go a little bit longer on those. We'll let those go a little bit longer and I'll come back to it. They seem to be going on long enough, so we'll go ahead and add the sausages. Seasonings. It's oregano, garlic, parsley, and basil there. Get that all mixed up. Then we'll add the tomatoes. Kind of need a heavier pan if I'm going to stir one-handed. But anyway, let's see. Then the broth. Oops. Splatter all over the place. And the apple juice. Alright, now I'll get that all stirred up and stuff. Go ahead and bring that up to a boil. Turn that up to high. Put that on to boil. And once it's boiling, we'll add the pasta. Alright, it's on a pretty good boil now, so I'll go ahead and add the pasta. Mix that up a bit. I don't know why the camera has focusing issues lately, but alright, now I got the pasta stirred in. We'll go ahead and cover it. Turn it down to simmer and let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll see you then. And voila, that's the finished product. I figured there'd be more broth and more soupy in it, but it seemed to be turned out alright. That's what it looks like. Let me go ahead and go over the nutritional facts here. Show you what's all in it. Not too surprising that it didn't score very highly. It's a C+ rating on the stew. Didn't think it would rate very high considering it has 2 kinds of sausage in it. And not very many veggies. Let me go ahead and go over the nutritional facts here. It's 291 calories and 137 calories from fat. It's not too bad. I've seen worse in calories, but let's see. 137 calories from fat. Total fat is 15.2 grams. That's 5.2 grams of saturated fat. Cholesterol is 41 milligrams. Sodium is 1,297 milligrams. Damn sodium. Potassium is 289 milligrams. Carbohydrates is 24.8 grams. Of that is 2 grams of dietary fiber, 7 grams of sugar, and protein is 13.8 grams. Vitamin A is 6%, calcium is 4%, vitamin C 85%, and iron 16%. Good points. The recipe is very high in vitamin B6, which a lot of stews are. But very high in vitamin C. Again, that vitamin C. What? I thought that... Anyway, vitamin C keeps popping up everywhere. And unfortunately, the bad points is so does sodium keep popping up everywhere. Again, it's got a lot of canned food in that, so it's not a whole big surprise that it's mostly sodium. So, I think that's it for sausage stew. Thanks for watching. For Sundays, I'll have weight loss videos. Mondays, vlogs. Wednesdays, cosplay updates. And Saturdays are fan videos. Thanks for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe. Comments are always appreciated. And have a good night.